Welcome back to another episode of The Next Big Bet, a podcast series brought to you by Creddinv Technologies. Today I have Vivek with us. He's the founder of Venture Navigator. He's an accelerator and he's a startup investor. He's basically everything startups. Hi Vivek, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm good.
Thanks for joining us today. Let's start with all your experiences till date. So I have seen you signing a lot of investment documents on the screen. So how has your experience been talking to founders, getting to the decision of, okay, let me invest today only? Like, how has the experience been?
Oh, the signing of check is very simple thing that you see in these videos. So that's very simple. But the selecting of startup is very long journey. That's not a single and simple task. Okay, the first thing. So selecting a startup is a very complicated thing in ideation stage. My most of the investments in ideation and prototype stage investment. So to selecting a startup is not a simple thing. My metrics to select a startup is based on team and burning rate, profit percentage, scalability, market opportunity, and about their income funnels. These are the 7 metrics that I follow to invest in a startup. So, how they can build their journey, their graph to within 1 year without that much investments. If they had money, they will follow to solve the problems with money. Without money, they can solve the problems with their intelligence and their skills. So I will invest in skills also in the startup founders. So if they are the team is potential in ideation stage, I will invest. If they are selling the product as a salesman, their projects, I will never invest because they have the knowledge in the product, not in the market. They can't scale it because they have the vision in a small area. They don't have that much networks to scale the product. So we can't trust. We can't burn the money.
Okay, but don't you think so? There are a couple of interviews where people have told a founder first has to be a salesperson. He has to try to sell his own product. He has to, he has to convince the investor that his product is market worthy. So, are you telling that you are against that?
Yes, I'm purely against that because in the point of a startup founder, okay, in early stage, he don't have that much money to start his product. So he will follow the investor. He will beg the investor to invest some money. In my point of view, the startup founder should be confident and demanding in his project. Because if I am a startup founder, I will say that this is my product. This product I sold within this much of period. I sold this much of quantities to this kind of peoples. This is my market and this is my market study. I made this much of profit. This is my team and these are my revenue funnels. This is my profit percentage. I want to scale this much of things. So I need fund to scale these countries or these states. So for that I need money. So as the founder should say the demand to the investor.
Okay.
Because this is my product. It's have stuff, so quality. So if you are willing, you can invest. Otherwise, just get out. I have another investor because my product is good.
Okay.
I'm confident in it.
So, do you think all of this has to be presented to you as a part of the pitch? So, usually when founders come to you with a pitch, telling this is my product, this is what I do, and everything. So, do you see this quality in them during the pitch? And does this actually become a part of the elevator pitch? Like, I think a lot of founders and investors have been talking about something called the elevator pitch. So, does this become a part of this? And what do you think is the best elevator pitch that you've heard of? And what all comes in an elevator pitch? I think I'm asking you a lot of questions, but I think everything comes into what is a part of a good elevator pitch.
I'll say with an example that I invested project. One person, his name is Shamir, and he come with a project that's a service sector.
Okay.
Okay, he just come across me and just said, we achieved this much grants, and we crossed this revenue,
Okay.
and we acquired this much downloads
Okay.
in platforms, and we are searching to an investor for this marketing. We have a marketing team and influencers community and all things. So just we want to scale up to increase the revenue.
Okay.
And one thing also, he said that our expenses should be below 50% of the revenue.
Okay. Okay. So only this, and he never
This,
spoke about the product.
3 to 4 minutes.
Okay. Okay. And you already decided to invest in it.
Because the precise manner that his speech is very precise.
Okay.
The crisp and clear content that he conveyed through me.
Okay.
Because he achieved his achievements. He achieved grants and downloads and profit
Okay.
and his burning rate. That should be below 50% of his revenue
Okay.
and his team. That is the basic thing want to convey and in an elevator pitch. Just
Okay.
5 minutes pitch.
Okay, so you're telling a founder really doesn't have to talk about his product in an elevator pitch. Is that it, or-
Investor always think about his returns.
Okay.
So if a bottle of water, he can sell a drinking water and a Himalayan water and Ganga water.
Okay.
He can sell that for 500 rupees and he can sell this $50 in US because that's a Ganga water.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a Hindus, bedridden peoples, they Ganga water, so he can sell $50. Maybe that's in a tap water.
Right.
So the purely the product, how they can market in the market and how can they sell with a USP. That's the attractive thing most of the investors should want to invest because
Okay.
they want money return.
Okay, that was a pretty basic example. I think everyone would understand that. And I also think that is because it is one kind of a story that you usually listen. Like, usually when you listen to stories, these are like very small, everyday examples that is taken and a story is being told. So, do you think that is how an elevator pitch should also be like? Is it about telling what I went through? What happened in my life, all those kind of things that connects with the analytics or the data points that the founder wants to present, or is it about just the points that he's going to present it directly to you?
Storytelling is important. Yes, I agree that because in the point of investor, in the perspective of an investor, in which stage we want to listen that story, in ideation stage or in revenue stage or in burning stage or in seed stage. So in ideation stage, how and why we want to hear that his story, because he's still in ideation stage. He don't have any story in his startup field, because if he had a story, he will never come to see in ideation stage to me, because he made his product and he will made a revenue. That should be his story. So in ideation stage or in pre-revenue stage, I don't want to hear his story. I want to hear from you the analytics.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. And I can hear the story of a series round seeking projects, because he should have a story, a struggle story and achievement story. And he should have a story to found a co-founder. That's not an easy task. He want to the perfect co-founder should be a talent hunt. He want to hunt a talent to get that team. So I can hear the story, because each and every person should have a unique stories to get his achievements. So after hearing the story of an entrepreneur's journey, we can trust him. Okay, his networks, maybe in his journey, there should be a mutual connections in his journey. Maybe he should say, in this startup, he in his startup invested this person. Maybe I know that person. That works in storytelling.
Okay.
And maybe this product is manufactured from this company. Maybe I know that company.
Okay. So it's all about
Connections.
Okay.
That's the basic thing of the storytelling. So I can trust him. So I know that company. He doesn't manufacture the bluff companies or any
Bad
bad products. So you cracked him, right? That's the
That gives
basic
you
concept of
trust.
storytelling.
Okay, that was an interesting take on connections actually. But do you think these connections might also become red flags? And maybe there are other red flags that you would have seen in elevator pitches. What do you think from your personal experience are some really bad red flags that you decide, okay, this moment I am not going to invest in this startup at all? Can you talk about that?
Yes, a lot of projects I said no.
Okay.
Because in the field of startups, as an investor, the simplest thing to say no to
Okay.
projects. Okay, I will say an example. Most of the tech projects come with me in ideation stage. Okay, they come to me to pitch their project. I have an application. Okay, I spend 10 lakh to this application. This is my idea. I want fund to market. Okay, this is the first task of the startup founders. Not maybe he don't have a co-founder, maybe he don't have a tech team or anything. Maybe he will approach a developer and give his vision. He maybe with his all the templates just remove that logo and put this logo and remove that analytics or whatever it is. Should give an application within 6 months, and he will come with that application. This is my prototype,
Okay.
and this I uh, created MVP and I need fund. This is the first task. I will say no. Okay, because without proper market study, how he going to implement this because this is his product. The people's need may be different.
Mm-hmm.
The people's pain may be different. So his solution may be not this. This is his idea or this is his concept. If his concept want to be a purified version, he should want to implement that.
Okay.
So after that, he want to modify this application. So he should want to spend more amount and more time to rebuild that application. So we can trust that initially, but he can start with an website or web app, so he can reduce that much amount. So the first point we can analyze, he spent that much amount, he burns amount, he didn't studied the market, he don't will to he don't have any patience to launch or make market proper. So we can't invest that
Okay.
project.
Okay, so it is about having a prototype, but that doesn't work.
How
Like
he
not the
solved
market.
the problem,
Okay, the problem of the market.
the problem of the market, and how he use his skills and knowledge and networks,
Okay, okay,
not with money.
okay.
If he use money, he always seek money to solve the problem,
Okay.
not use his skill or networks.
Money is not really everything. Okay, I would agree, but don't you think it would be a little tough for these founders to come to you at a pre-product stage, as in a pre-product or a pre-revenue stage, to you telling this is my product, this is how I envision it, and I really don't have the money to even build my MVP or even the prototype. Leave MVP, maybe let's talk about prototype. I don't even have the money for the prototype. At that stage, when people come to you, what is that one factor that literally gives you the trust in this startup founder?
In the point of an investor, we can trust him only with his history.
Okay.
If his history, he built a startup before and he exited with that much returns or revenue, so we can assume he had a network. Okay, he should have stakeholders. He know how to sell that and how to encash and how to scale up the valuation and etc. So we can trust him in ideation stage because he also exited a project.
Okay.
He know the game.
Okay.
That's the one thing. And the second thing, if he had a co-founder or a team with the fully knowledge of market, product, and revenue and everything, that we can trust.
Okay.
Because there is not only a single person, there is a team, and not only a team, they have a skilled and experienced with a network.
Okay.
So we can trust.
Okay.
And the third thing, about the idea. The idea, they should say this is not in market, but the ChatGPT is there. Just put their idea and give the alternatives of this. ChatGPT will give the similar applications and the similar everything. So we can't trust him.
Okay,
Actually.
I think I should say there was another guest that I had spoken to, and that investor was telling me it's all about his gut feeling. When he's maybe, do you think that is happened with you as well? Like when you listen to a person and then it's your gut feeling that okay, this person will succeed and I'm gonna invest.
Yes, I invested in one clothing brand. Okay, he's only one person. He don't have a history. He started with storytelling. Okay, his story is compared with Nike, Puma, that much brands.
Okay.
He's just a boy and he compared with the brands.
Okay.
And his stories start and ends with the global market. And how I asked him how to acquire this market, how to solve this. In each and every questions, he had answers and with proof and with analytics. I'm going to give this much a point something stakes to influencers, and I not give that money because initial stage I will get this much of amount. I can't reach that, and the products and manufacturers, I spoke them. I hired peoples like freelancers, Upworks, Dotkin, that much free platforms. I used that much platforms to rent out the labors and everything. He solved the problems with penny amounts, and he solved problems with skills and knowledge. So I trust him, and I invested, and he 4 months he cleared prototype, and his valuation is 2x now.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing.
Don't try to convince the investor with the projections. Just convince with the reality.
That's like some really good, very big insight told in like 4 to 5 words, I think. And let's just wrap up the podcast maybe. What is that one last advice that you would like to give the startup founders?
Just try to start with your project without investment. Just try to move your project because there are a lot of startup grants and lot of entities is there to try to help you, because recently 2024 the central government is recently announced 7,700 crore rupees as a startup grant, and lot of MNC companies, universities, grants, lot of financial instruments are there, the facilities are there. Without using that opportunities, you will always go behind of investors. So just try without any investment. Try to solve the problems with your skill and knowledge and your network, and start and make a MVP, or in scale up stage. At that time, come with go to an investor. At that time, the valuation will be high. At that time, the investment will be worth to you. Otherwise, the company will acquire others. Not
Okay.
will be in your hand.
That's really nice. Thank you so much for talking with us today. And we are really glad that we had you in our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.